Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to clarify ourselves, how this practice can help us to develop our inner awareness. So when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, today we try to analyze it in many different ways. And sometimes we take it as a school, sometimes we take it as an organization, sometimes we interpret it as a religion, sometimes we interpret it as a philosophy, and sometimes we interpret it as a kind of like the art of living. So there are many ways. But still, if we look very carefully, that the path that go towards the liberation doesn't cover by this any kind of subject. Very simple example, art of living, very famous nowadays. Buddhism kind of like an art of living. But the Buddha's main purpose was not giving information to live. Buddha taught the very nature about the life and directly talk about how to get out of this, how to gain the liberation or the nibbana, how to end this. So like that, when it comes to our practice, it is important for yourself to understand, out of this whole practice, our purpose is not keep practicing. Our purpose is understanding, developing experience, and through that, achieve to wisdom. That when it comes to achieve to wisdom, day by day, you have to get into the core of your practice and see personally what you can experience yourself out of this sitting. that view will change most of your practice, and at the same time, that view will change your deeper attitude also. Because without that view, if you sit for meditation, if you keep practice this, we can have many kind of views. But how you can tune to the right view regarding the main purpose of the practice? Because whatever the view that you have, then you go with it, and maybe according to that, you gain deeper and deeper result. It's not nothing to do with the technique, because we the one who use the technique. So the technique itself not going to help. Your view also should be right. And once the view become right and the technique become right, the day by day, your path going to become more successful. So then try to analyze yourself. Look into you and see what the view that you carry regarding your own practice. Because when it comes to deeper, our whole life, that our own point of view we never touch. We like to touch everything. We like to judge. We like to argue. We like to criticize everything that whatever outside. But we never touch our own point of view. But your whole experience depends on your own point of view. So even whatever you hear, smell, taste, feel, that everything depends on your own view. The world changes day by day. And that all the material things change day by day. But still look how our inside. We have the same behavior. Doesn't matter whatever the world change. We going to have the same kind of thoughts in us. So that way we can't get out of this. So the very mechanism of the world, and if we put it to a very basic way, this whatever you experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, is not the world, it's a reflection of your own mind. That's why you have to look into your own point of view and change it. See, whatever that in front of you, that when you see it, that whatever the object not going to come to you, there are some pictures, the colors going to reflect, and your eye will capture it. And then what will happen after that? You transform it to ideas. So when the sound comes, that any object not going to come to you, any words not going to come to you, my mouth not going to come to your ear, but the sound waves come, and then the inside that sound waves, inside your ear, you get certain vibration, and out of that vibration, you are the one who transform it to words. See that if you don't have that capacity, so just imagine, you have different kind of understanding regarding the same kind of sine wave, then what will happen? You will understand that whatever different things you know. So with the nose, with the tongue, with the sensation, the same. Nothing go inside us and giving us informations. Our own point of view go out and reflect and come back. And then bring that back, and then we hold it to that. So meditation will allow you to not jump into outside, and then you into the observer. You focus to the observer, and then observe the observer. And that is a different way of life. That's a different way of behavior. Because we never observe the observer. Now you're going to break it down, cut it your own point of view. Now you're going to judge your own point of view. Now you're going to argue your own point of view. For that, you have to have a very balanced mind. So the practice will bring that balance. Once you have that balanced mind, you have to use that balanced mind to get into the observer. And you have to look into your own point of view. Because if you're able to change that your point of view, sharp your point of view, clear your point of view, observing the observer, the whatever the world that you experience going to change. That change is very necessary for us. That is what we everyone look for that, the change. But when we look for the change, what happens? We always look into outside, thinking of when the outside change, we will change. So that's why that recognizing this point of view is very necessary. Otherwise, even we come back again and again and again, we're not going to change. It becomes more advanced inside that current. It becomes more cultivated inside that current. But you're going to experience the same kind of fundamental things related to the greed, hatred, and the delusion. And while you practicing that, another thing that you have to remember, once you have your own point of view, it's kind of like you are in a box. You have your own box. And once you have a box, you always argue, fight, invest regarding other people or other things to put into box. That's the ordinary life struggle. Because we are in a box, now we try to keep others in a box. And that war in personally ourselves, around us, with the families, as citizens, as nations, everywhere you see it. So then always remember, this meditation will help you to get out of that box. And at the same time, it fairly gives a kind of wisdom for yourself to look into your own point of view. And once you have it, you recognize this path, this practicing. It's nothing to do with to gaining something or changing outside world or maintaining our happiness or satisfaction. It's more deeply, clearly understanding how our inner experience come to be as they are. So rather than following blindly, rather than practicing blindly, it is your own responsibility to gain the clarity to yourself, cleaning your point of view again and again, again and again, again and again. So otherwise, with that, all the blind spot, if you start to sit and practice, your journey not going to become successful. You're going to hit here and there. And then maybe you're going to round and round and round in the same place with the same experience. There is no progress. So, the one of the important thing in the outside world, in this conventional life, always you have to remember, each and every person different. Don't try to compare it to you. Each and every person, their point of view is different. So respect that. Don't try to argue with it. Don't try to change it. This dharma, we cannot change, talk that give it to people, that for everybody. It doesn't work. This work only whoever has the background, whoever has the environment, whoever has the point of view to look for it. Otherwise, this is not going to work for that person. Even the Buddha himself never talked that the preach dharma to everybody. And it always look into reasons. And the Buddha always look into the background. And the timing is very important. And the person point of view regarding the whatever that person going to listen is very important. That another way we call the open mind. So even though today we have no opportunity to experience the Buddha like that, the Dharma is still here. The Sutra is still here. Teaching is still here. So then, but the important thing to get into the clear understanding, always remember when you listen or when you read, more than the focusing whatever in the book or whatever that you're going to listen, be careful regarding that your point of view, the ground you hold. That is the important. What is the ground you settle down? If it is the bottom of the mountain, and if you try to think about the top of the landscape, you will never catch it. So then if you want to, this is the thing, that you have to ask from you. It is a very, very fair question. So if you want to experience the top of the mountain landscape, are you willing to get out of your bottom of the ground? When you decide it yourself, it's not about out regarding your own point of view or the place you hold. When you're willing to sacrifice that regarding your own liberation, your transformation, regarding your own cultivation, in that very moment, that everything going to change in you. It's a very kind of like to happen that change. It doesn't need that much time, but to take that decision, maybe you have to go into eons by eons through experience. Get into that point to make that decision, to change your view or release your ground for your own growth, for your own development, for your own cultivation. You must have so much strength. You can fight with outside people, but to get that decision is not easy. The very reason is your point of view, the ground you hold, build you as who you are today. That's right. That is the birth that gave to you. And that's why who you are today. That's why you look like this. That's why you think like this. That's why you act like this. So when you're able to take that decision, that whole blueprint, that whole the DNA chart in you start to scatter and start to go in a kind of like a very different way. It doesn't create anymore any kind of pattern. It cannot catch as a pattern. It go out of the pattern. That's what you need. Because rather than building up patterns, go with the patterns, because the patterns itself related to the time, space, energy. To survive, that they create patterns. That's what our life, that's what we are in a journey, in the samsara, maintaining. But we never think that out of this practice, are we want to get out of this? And where are this going to end? We want to maintain. But if you try to maintain, this will keep going like another something, whatever that you do in an ordinary life. So one of the things in day-to-day life, always remember, other person point of view is different. And the second one, always remember, when you see somebody, when you hear, smell, or kind of like that, always remember yourself. It is the image that you experience inside you, not the outside. That it allow you to little bit stop for a moment, rather than jumping to react to that whatever outside. Always remember, it may take time to digest it a little bit, but that is the truth. So then, even it is hard, even it is take a little time to digest inside, it will help you to grow yourself. It's very healthy for you. It has all the multivitamin, necessary multivitamins that for your liberation. So it's okay to take time to, digest. That whatever you experience your inside image. And once you get it, you will change it. You can change it. And when the day you have that change, you can name it as the freedom or the liberation, transformation, or the change, or you can take it as wisdom. Because out of that change, the very next version has no form. So otherwise, we all into forms. We follow the forms, we like to follow forms, we create forms, we live in a form, we are kind of like a form. But how you can get into formless experience? So that is the path of the meditation. So when it comes to that, in the beginning, we have to get into a balanced mind, which we call the tranquility state. Another way we call samadhi. So it is a kind of like a unification of your awareness. So awareness already there, remember, no need to bring anything from outside. It's already there. Only thing is not in the right place. It's everywhere that misplaced. So then you have to collect it and keep it in one place. That's why it's called the collective awareness. So once you develop that collective awareness, out of that, you gain the very clear recognition. So once you have the very clear recognition and develop the mind to analyze it vigorously, thoroughly, deeply. So once you able to analyze the mental object you recognize, and you will see it all happening inside you. So at the same time following your mental object, and remember to see the observer and what kind of point of view held by the observer and why you experience this. And when you experience that your own inner mental image, that what the view that you hold in you, when you are able to question that, you will enter to your own point of view. And that will help you to settle down there, clean it, break it down, cut it to pieces. And that inner exercise, we call another way vipassana. So now tranquilizing, breaking down, questioning, and cleaning it, again settle down, again breaking down. So this tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation, you integrate this both together, and that will help you to go little by little, deeper, deeper, deeper into the core level of your own inner experience, to the bottom of your consciousness, to the bottom of your inner experience. And then that is where you will recognize there is nothing. So once you touch the deeper level of that your inner emptiness, you will come out with nothing. And from that moment, that you more know in the depth of this everything, there is nothing. So without that experience, intellectually, when we think about it, it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? As you know, in very simple life, what we think doesn't work. So same thing with this also. But whatever the experience we gain touching the truth is going to be forever. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times and say Supat Deva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe Be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhamma nu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.